In Volume 15 of Danmachi, this is about to happen on Season 5 of the anime series. Many different short stories make up this volume, but the two important ones, at least I think, are the one concerning Ryu, and the one concerning Ace. Belle, Hestia Familia, and the other members of the Familia, who went on the expedition, go to the tavern to celebrate coming back from the dungeon. As Belle is waiting for his order, Cyr comes over and offers her own compliments. She says she was worried when she heard Belle was in trouble. It would take time to explain why news reached the tavern about problems with the expedition, so let's just go with it, and that she asked adventurers she knew to go rescue him. However, he managed to make it through okay on his own. Belle smiles and thanks her for her concern, while thinking to himself that so many people were concerned about him. And then Cyr asks a question. Cyr presses him further about if something happened in the dungeon, as Ryu has been acting odd. As Belle tries to think if he did something to her, Cyr watches him. Finally, she takes a tray and bunks him gently on the head. Belle is confused and asks Cyr why she did this, but Cyr just says he deserved it and walks away. Belle notes that although she was joking with him, she seems very angry. So the first chapter of Volume 16 was a surprise. Immediately, in the first chapter, on the first page, the story/status quo is moved forward. Cyr and Ryu are shown to be walking back to the tavern carrying groceries. Cyr then asks Ryu if Ryu has fallen for Belle. Ryu is shocked, dropping her share of the groceries on the ground. Cyr does not ask this out of spite, malice, or jealousy, she simply asks. Ryu asks Cyr why Cyr's asking her that, and that she knows Cyr likes Belle and would never intrude. Cyr then says she herself likes Belle, and that her plan is to ask Belle on a date to the upcoming Harvest Festival. Ryu is shocked hearing both statements, even though she knew Cyr had always liked Belle. Ryu asks why Cyr is telling her this, to which Cyr responds she doesn't want the two of them to get into an argument later on over this. Ryu steadies herself and tells Cyr that she's done so much for her, and that she will support her in this. One morning, a messenger comes to the Hestia Familia residence, and Belle is delivered a letter. Before Belle is able to read it, the other members of Hestia Familia tease him that he's received a love letter. They then realize the messenger was from Freya Familia, causing them to seriously begin fearing the worst, as Freya Familia is super strong and a conflict with them would be their end. Belle finally does open the letter, and it's a request from Cyr to go on a date to the upcoming Harvest Festival. Everyone is stunned, yelling, to the effect, it is a love letter. Without a clear idea of how to answer Cyr, Belle heads to the tavern. He is then abducted by Hayden. This is a new character. He's a level 6 elf from Freya Familia who is one of most talented magic swordsmen in the city. He seems to specialize in lightning magic, and he's incredibly tactical. Hayden takes Belle to a cafe where he reveals he knows Belle has been asked on a date by Cyr. So Hayden reaches over and grabs Belle. The author describes Belle squirming as if a rabbit was grabbed by its ears, and tells Belle that if Belle doesn't devote himself to this date, Hestia Familia will be wiped out. Belle has no choice but to endure. So the day of the date arrives. Cyr arrives, dressed up, and to her surprise she finds Belle dressed up as well. Cyr begins to suspect that someone from Freya Familia has interfered, and she immediately suspects it's Hayden. Everything is going more or less well until Belle and Cyr run into Ace. Cyr teases Ace about how she is on a date with Belle, and Ace becomes almost subconsciously jealous. Cyr leads Belle away from Ace as Ace is in a stunned state because of the misleading words Cyr says. Hestia then finds Ace, and after hearing of how the date is going, Hestia instructs that they will tail Belle to see how the date unfolds. So, the two do so. When they arrive at the city's graveyard of heroes, here Cyr mentions that as the gods are looking for a hero, she also is looking for someone who will be her hero alone. Belle realizes that she is intensely at him as she says this, and that he doesn't really want to know what she means by that. He realizes she's about to confess, and that she is afraid and apprehensive of what's about to happen as he is. Belle's knees start shaking, his teeth nearly chatter, and his hands are close to twitching. Cyr tells him that she likes him, and that she hopes he will be with her. As Belle says he's sorry, he thinks to himself that this is something he never really understood, how difficult it was to refuse someone else's feelings. In the afterword of the story, it's shown that Cyr left where Belle was after the rejection of her confession, and that it's raining now as she's walking. Otter, the level 7 of captain of Freya's Familia, comes to her, and Seer order him to make preparations to capture Belle. She then unties her hair and transforms. Seer has really been Freya all along. This concludes our discussion for today. I hope you like it, and if you want to know more about what happens next, be sure to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you won't miss our next upload.